Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and Jon can't be beat, on the Fastlane, so sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street, ooh yeah, Fastlane, all night, feel the speed, feel the light, join the ride, hold on tight.
And we're back, the fast lane. Clap. Proudly brought to you by Breitling, OneBet, eBet, and Sunland Private Wealth as we wrap the month of November up with one last Grand Prix of this month and then one in December, and we are done for the year. Dubai this weekend, Jon, and then on to Abu Dhabi, where we'll be bringing you loads of content with our friends at Car Magazine. Follow Car Socials for all the latest out of Abu Dhabi with OneBet and eBet as we go across to the Abu Dhabi Formula One Grand Prix. But before then, Dubai.
Yeah, with the Qatar Grand Prix, I mean, there's lots of chat. Obviously, the Drivers' Championship from Max has been resolved, so he's now a four-time champion. And again, you know, just showing that he can win in a car that's not so quick. Because, I mean, halfway through the season, we saw that the Red Bull was just struggling a little bit with McLaren and Ferrari coming on strong. So nice to show that he can win in a car that's not doing well. And, I mean, I always say, look at his teammate. His teammate is absolutely nowhere. So it just shows that the car's not as competitive as what it was. But there's still lots to play for. The Constructors, the Manufacturers' Championship, where there's huge amounts of money, is up for grabs between McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull.
It was something like $1 million a point is
crazy,
what the teams get. Speaking of constructors, though, even though this fight's on, there's been a lot of speculation as to who's going to be the new players in the Formula One scene over the next couple of years. Cadillac now coming up saying, well, listen, we've got a team that we want to enter into Formula One in 2026. So opportunities now for drivers.
Yeah. Do you think, like, when you, I mean, I always say this general ways, but Cadillac's like the cigar. They're going to be like the mob of Formula One.
Like the Caprice.
Mario Andretti, the Andretti brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
Team Cadillac.
Exactly.
Do you think Daniel Ricciardo will get a drive with him?
There's lots of talks about him coming back, and I mean, he's
maybe
got
a Mick Schumacher as well, like you said, mentioned as well.
Definitely. All of them are going to be trying to grab that seat, and I think it's great for Formula One. It's great for fans. I mean, more on the grid. I know that a lot of the other teams don't like it because they steal money from the bigger pot, but I think Formula One's doing so well. You can see by the Netflix documentaries and the sponsorships that's come back. So it's really on the up. But physical race because we got the sprint on the Saturday and then the main race. But there's still lots of points up for grab, and we talk about the front guys, but you know that there's a big fight going on for sixth place. I mean, huge amounts. Alpines come from stone last to also be fighting for that sixth spot, so lots to play for, and your fitness is key when racing in these circuits because obviously heat there, so we'll experience all of that because we're part of the triple header, the last round.
Can't wait for that triple header. We'll be live from Abu Dhabi and bringing you content with Car Magazine next weekend. Now, speaking of local motor racing, it's oval circuit racing, the last of which they're having there also the end of massive celebration. Is it in Worcester?
Yeah, it's the Worcester. It's at the Kleinplas, you know. So bring your cooler box, bring your family, bring the tannie, your auntie, and all the exes, and come down and watch oval racing. And it is really exciting. I mean, it's a lot of history in those circuits, especially the Worcester one. And then to Kursivez, that's going to Klerksdorp. Also traditionally a very well-known race circuit there, oval, as they say, where he's leading the championship. So hopefully he can bring back that for Cape Town.
Nice.
He's not going to get the big paycheck like Max Verstappen, but he's got bragging rights at the local bar in Kales River.
That's really cool. Oh, Quizzy! The Quizzy special.
Exactly.
You know what that is? That's the brandy. That's the Coke.
Oh, mooi man.
I say mooi.
I gooi daai puppy.
Exactly. Listen, also, we don't cover enough wrestling on the show. At Paro, there's wrestling next week. Go down there. Bring your own garden chair. Oh no, they've got there because
chairs,
the guys jump out in the audience and they smack each other with the old plastic white garden chairs. That's so cool. I love it. Go and support local wrestling.
More entertaining than the Tyson and
it is proper, and they've got huge followings. You just got to go to one of the Olympic circles. It's the Paro Circle, and then from there head on down to the Civic Centre. It's all happening there next week. A huge shout out to Werner Makalamuch Werner. That's my chokehold.
Is that it?
Anyway, listen, you and I drove quite a few cars this week. The new X3 from Tygervally BMW. Also, big shout out to Mark and his team at Constantiaberg BMW. They've also said there's incredible deals on the minis that they've got on their floor at the moment. Likewise with Tygervally. That new X3, let's have a look at that. Also, the new Mercedes-Benz GLC. We got to drive it for the first time up in Joburg a couple of weeks ago.
I know, we couldn't show the footage.
I know, we've got the footage. Have a look at this. So an extra special week this week, John, because in the Fastlane garage we've got two cars that are both brand new. One is from a BMW Tygervally, the other one from Mercedes Benz. But also the guys out at Constantiaberg BMW have been really generous as well. They said we must give them some love as well and go out and see some of the cars in their collection. But to Chris and the team out at Tygervally, they've given us the all-new X3. John, tell us a little bit about what makes this one so special.
Listen, I must tell you, on the way through here, the car is a 2-litre diesel, but
Yeah.
it's so quiet. It almost feels like you're driving an electric car. I love this new car. It really is just so, the color really is
Yeah.
different, but the edginess of the design and everything's very cool, lots of space. But do you know that they're building this car in South Africa?
That's cool, in Joburg.
Yeah, so the
Nice.
car will be built here. And we were talking about how the X3 over the years has just gone up in sales. I mean, over
Yeah.
25,000 sold now. It equates to about 8% of BMW sales. So if you're looking to drive this car and you want to go and test out the new X3 BMW, go to BMW Tygervally, speak to Chris, get in this car, because I tell you, when you drive it, you'll be sold.
I love it.
It's just such a good car.
It's got all the bells and whistles, this app that controls the vehicle as well
Yes.
from outside, so you can get out the car and literally park the vehicle from an app like a remote control vehicle. What I've been enjoying is you've been talking about the X3, but this this Mercedes Benz GLC63. Now this is of course the 63 that has the new engine in it, that 2-litre turbocharged engine. It doesn't sound like a 2-litre, hey?
No, it doesn't.
It's so deceiving. It's got the hybrid technology in terms of it's got battery assistance and of course that aids the combustion engine, but it really is, it's so torquey. It pulls like it pulls like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I just can't, it's
the
like the
handling
whole
as well.
tug of war team from Worcester have all combined to pull you from the stop street when you take
Well,
off.
we talk about that hard launch. It's
Yeah.
got that punch to the gut when it accelerates, and the handling on these vehicles are just so impressive. And so is the stopping power. I see
Yeah.
you needed to use the brakes on the way through here. Someone jumping a robot, but I mean it's incredible how the car stops.
Fastlane back in Johannesburg, this time to visit our friend Justin Jacobs from Mercedes-Benz inside the all-new GLC63 S. Now this is an SE edition. Now what makes it so special is this is brand new, and the technology in this vehicle, well, it's all new from Mercedes-Benz. 4 cylinders, 2-litre, 48 valve. I'm trying to think in my mind off the top of my head.
Can I help you with that? Can I help you with that?
1,000 Newton meters of torque, 500 kilowatts of power. Justin, this is a beast.
It is a beast. We've got a 400 volt battery in this thing, 6.1 kilowatt hours. We have a
400 volt.
We have a 48 volt mild hybrid system attached
That's
to
it.
the turbo. We've got
We got
plenty of power. We've got good sound. It's phenomenal what they have done with this vehicle in terms of its capabilities and performance, as well as efficiency.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not now, but
no, but in general.
in general. Yeah.
The seamless delivery of power, yet when you need to and when you want to and when it matters most to be in a comfortable mode, you can switch to a comfortable mode, one that's quite satisfactory. Granny will love you. Granny will be over the moon in comfort mode. You can take her to the shops, take her for her annual outings, whatever it is, but in the same time, once she's been dropped off, you can go to absolute animal mode in this car, and really the car reminds you how powerful it is by gently pushing you back into the seat, making sure that you are securely in place. Justin, this is one of, and we've chatted in a podcast before about this, one of a number of brand new releases from Mercedes-Benz this year, but not the last.
Not the last. There's a lot more exciting things coming, some pretty things, some fast things, so we are very excited for the year that's still before us, and also into next year. There's some
I can't
hot
wait.
things coming next year, which is build on what we've done this year.
I'll tell you what, where I am right now, there's no better place being in front of John Williams, who's in the P2. That's P2 over there in the back seat there.
The sound of that bang every time we shift the gears. Loving it. Plenty of space in the back here, Ryan.
Absolutely, and this must be the first, in actual fact, review from inside the cabin of a GLC63 of its kind, and boy oh boy, it's a comfortable place to be. Thanks, Justin.
Cool.
Hey, that's lekker. And then from that to the Land Cruiser that we've been driving, the Toyota Alex. It's the 300. It's a beast of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Have a quick look at this. This from the Rola Luxury Collection. This is in such high demand that it's currently being sold at almost the same price that it's available at retail. That is how in demand this is. And this is the Land Cruiser 300.
I must say, I've never seen one in this color before. What is this, like a gunmetal gray?
This is like very much a grey on the palette scale of greys from Toyota, who happen to do greys, whites, and occasionally blacks very well. This grey is a really nice, and what I like about it is, often with Land Cruisers, you don't have much of an option with the interior. It's really nicely spec'd in this very, very dark blue leather. Leather throughout. The Land Cruiser series, obviously it's their flagship in terms of order, sits above the Prado, which we've both just driven recently, and this one available from Rola Luxury Collection at a shade on 2.2 million rand. And it's a lot of vehicle. It's a 7-seat in the Alex configuration, plenty of room in the back, and obviously an extremely competent off-road vehicle. Now for you and I, that means a dusty parking lot at Tygervally that has been windswept. That's as off-roading as you and I get. I often see cars that you and I have driven and I go, John, check the wheels on that. You must have been doing some serious off-roading. You go, yeah, I was at the Kenridge primary parking lot and it was a bit dusty.
No, listen, I mean, for 2.2 million, think about this. This is a lot of car.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the big SUV category,
and I want to talk about that because I want to talk about what else is in our garage this week.
I mean, we've just driven, the Maybach, which is 6 million rand. So if you look at the range from 2 million to 6 million, there's a lot of options.
There is.
But this is well spec'd at 2.2.
Got to say, in the northern suburbs of Cape Town, which where both John and I live, a lot of people love this vehicle.
The Ferrari of the north.
No, it's like the Rolls Royce of the northern suburbs.
We'll go with the Rolls Royce.
It's like every
the Bucky's like the Ferrari.
The Bucky's like the Ferrari. This is like when you arrive. I mean, can you imagine?
Die kom die baas van die plaas.
Hartenbos,
Jy gaat ons.
Mossel Bay over December months, rocking up with the Land Cruiser 300 boot.
He's the boss.
Listen, you know it's a Mano.
Yeah.
Right, that pulls in.
And then you
one
normally
of
got
these.
the fishing boat with the 300 Marina Yamaha.
Then your wife and kids are in the other Prado, right, with all the shopping for the holiday home.
Yeah, with the meat, with the vlees.
In all stereotypes aside, in all fairness, it is a phenomenal vehicle, and there is no doubt in my mind as to why people will want to choose this vehicle and why it's looked at as the Ferrari or the Rolls Royce of the north or of any part of the country. But in the meantime, I want to talk a little bit about this. The G400D in its last guise in this specific shape and look. This is the last time we'll see this 400 like this. Next year there's an all new G-Class coming out. There's an all new Geländewagen that's going to be hitting the wagon. It's going to be wunderbar. But this is it's a go anywhere, do anything type of vehicle. And the greatest pity about the G-Class of vehicle is that the owners by and large will be urban cruising with it. They'll be city bashing. They'll be going and parking at their favorite bistro, having coffee.
Big five.
Yeah, Canal Walk, Tygervally, Vienna Waterfront.
And it's true, but you know what? But isn't that with most vehicles, most SUVs?
But it's a
in this category,
pity, specifically with the G-Wagon, John, because when you talk about purpose built, the thing is a tank. It really is a tank. There's nothing skimped on the closing of the door. It's a solid metallic clank. The vehicle comes with so many bells and whistles in terms of what it offers you in the off-road space. That you've got all of this machinery that's there to take you on the biggest adventure of your life. And the vehicle won't go on it. So, great vehicle. And like I said, I can't wait to see what the all-new G-Wagon looks like next year. That's obviously the street phrase for the G-Class.
Exciting times if you think about how many new vehicles are being launched. And I'm kind of glad in a way that they haven't moved away from the big SUVs with a lot of power and good engines and stuff. It's sort of coming back.
Yeah.
You know, like we've seen now with Mercedes, they've brought some of those big V8 engines back, hybrid.
Having said that, the G580 EQ, right?
Yeah.
They're electric with all the bells. You know the one that does all spins on the spot? We remember
breakdowns.
100%. We were chatting to Justin, who's driven the car up in Joburg from Mercedes-Benz, and he was telling me that car's party trick of spinning itself around on the spot. It's just, but it only available on that all-electric G-Wagon. But like you said, combustion engines, and by the way, all-time stats this year on a bit of a decline for electric vehicles. It's been quite surprising that people have kind of backed off the accelerator on buying electric models. And will this trend continue in 2025? Well, only time will tell. There we go, some cars, lots of car content this week.
You know what we also forgot, we didn't have it for really long, is the legend 4x4 Toyota Hilux Bucky with the 48 valve system. And I tell you what a smooth riding Bucky.
Yeah.
I think they've done a phenomenal job with that
They
engine.
should have teamed up, right? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
With 48, with 2 cases. 48's 2 cases.
Ah,
So 2 cases
see
in
where
the
you're
back.
going
When
with
you
this.
buy a Bucky boot, you get 2 cases. Huh? Because one case has got 24 times 2 is 48, my China.
See what you've done there.
48.
The combo deal.
More valves, the car's great. I mean,
Yeah,
they've
it is
taken the
really.
2.8 engine, they've added that 48 valve system.
Just
and
pulls
it's,
right from low end
linear,
to top
yeah.
end. It's really, I
nice.
enjoy driving it. So yeah, plenty of cars, plenty of action. It's been a hell of a month.
It has been. And speaking of which, we make announcements soon as to partners for next year already. The first to put their hand up, besides Villy and Delport, an amazing team at eBet and OneBet will be with us next year as well,
Yep.
is the team from Breitling, who said they are with us for 2025
Yes.
as well. So thanks to Ian and the amazing team from Breitling, South Africa. They're sending us the most incredible rainbow-dialed super ocean.
Wow.
I'll show you. There's a sneak peek of what it looks like. That's the exact one. It's coming our way soon.
Stunning.
Can't wait. And then we'll announce the various partnerships for the end of this year. But this, of course, proudly brought you by Sunlam Private Wealth, eBet, OneBet, and not forgetting Breitling.
I also wanted to mention the Speedcat Puma shoes that have been relaunched. Have you seen those? I mean, I'm going to actually go find them. The originals, the
Speedcats.
OGs.
Yeah.
But they've brought them out. And I mean, they've got all these top celebs. I saw Paris Hilton actually DJing and,
Also,
onesie with a checkered flagging. And I mean,
goes without
they're
saying,
so clever marketing.
Seth from Oakley, Alex from Puma, a huge thanks for the love for 2024 and continuing that relationship through into 2025 as well. So from John and myself, Alex, who we featured on the show, and Seth before with their products, into 2025 we go with them as well. So looking forward to some big things in the new year, including a special trip with Puma, which we're going to talk about in the course of due time. But it's going to be a very special trip that includes 24 hours.
We're going to have to work on our endurance.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Can't wait. This podcast next week from Abu Dhabi. From John and myself, thanks for subscribing and liking and being a part of another amazing week.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and Jon can't be beat, on the Fastlane, so sleek, gotta ever hit the street.